So a court in Miami has ruled that it is illegal for a couple to grow edibles in their own front yard and in a home garden that they've been using for many, many years to supplement their food supply with nutritious organic fruits and vegetables and herbs as well. This couple can't grow food in their backyard because their backyard faces north, doesn't get enough sun seasonally to be able to grow food, so they use their front yard and they keep it nice and neat and clean. But of course, the homeowners in the city and all these people who are into eating fake food at the drive-through restaurants and processed food at the grocery stores and so on, they have said, oh, we don't want you growing edibles in your front yard, so we're going to criminalize it. And that's exactly what they did. This is a travesty of justice. This is a shame, because America is a country that wouldn't be here if people didn't grow their own food in their own yards, by the way. Wouldn't be here. How do you think the pioneers survived? How do you think we spread out and moved into difficult territory, in the 1700s and the 1800s? People grew food, and they stored food, and they canned food, and they smoked food and pickled food and did all kinds of things just to make it through the harsh winters of Colorado or present-day Utah or Idaho, for that matter. People grew their own food. It's the most American thing in the world. In fact, it's the most normal human thing in the world, is to grow your own food. But now it's been criminalized because you are living in a police state. Because food tyranny is now a reality. You are living in a totalitarian regime that has now criminalized the idea of living off the grid. If you're not connected to the power system, if you're not connected to the food system, if you're not connected to the medical system, the pharmaceutical monopolies, you are considered a criminal. And now it has been confirmed by the courts in Miami. And what's even more shocking about this is that they can prevent you from growing things solely by the fact that they're edible. So if you have an ornamental plant that also happens to be edible that you're growing in your front yard, let's say you're growing, basil. Basil's a nice looking herb. It's got flowers if you let it go long enough. What if you're growing basil as a decoration? They can criminalize that because they can argue that, well, you could eat the basil, therefore it's an edible, therefore it's not allowed in your front yard, even though you might be just growing it ornamentally. That's how insane the system has become now. Just the fact that you could eat the food means that they can criminalize it. But I have a question for these people. I have a big question. Did you know that you can juice grass and you can eat grass? I mean, wheatgrass juice. What do you think that is? It's just the grass in your yard turned into juice. And did you know you can eat dandelions? So are they going to go around and criminalize everybody who has a dandelion in their front yard now? Is that the new America, the new tyranny, the food police running around saying, oh, you could juice this grass? Well, we're going to write you a ticket and fine you and maybe threaten you with jail time because you have a possible edible plant in your front yard. It's called grass or dandelions or wild lettuce or whatever you happen to be growing that now they want to use to criminalize you because they don't like the way it looks. Well, hey, maybe, have you ever thought about maybe the homeowners there, they're trying to grow their own food, maybe they don't like the way that you people look in the courts. Whose business is it what you and I choose to grow in our front yards? What if we want to grow tomatoes? Tomatoes are beautiful. Tomato vines are beautiful. What if we want to grow strawberries or zucchini, for that matter? Aren't all these plants beautiful? Are these not up to the standards of the Community Homeowners Association and the local yard Gestapo people who are like the neighborhood police? Going to write you up for a crack in your driveway and a zucchini plant in your front yard. It's insane. This is what it has come to in America now. They've criminalized raw food. They've criminalized, cow's milk. If you milk a cow and you have wholesome, raw, fresh cow's milk, which, by the way, is a superfood, obviously, because baby cows grow enormously quickly on that stuff. It is the super immune system boosting, nutrient boosting system for growing cows quickly. It's obviously a superfood, but if you try to sell that, they can arrest you. Why? Because the monopoly, or the cartel really, that exists on pasteurized milk has criminalized fresh milk. Because they say, oh, fresh milk, well, that might be dangerous. Oh, really? Is dangerous? If it's dangerous to drink fresh milk, then how come all the baby cows out there are doing just fine with it? What's so dangerous about it if you're allowing all the baby cows to drink milk? Or what about breastfeeding your human baby? If breast milk is so dangerous, then what's next? Are they going to criminalize breastfeeding? If a human baby is getting some breast milk from her mother, is it going to be, oh, well, you get it. You're going to get fined for that. That's raw food. That's not pasteurized. We got to pasteurize your mother's breasts. What are they going to do? Have like the mothers line up at the FDA for breast pasteurization? What is it? Kind of like a mammography machine? Got to pasteurize your breasts. Wouldn't want to have unpasteurized milk for your baby. That could be dangerous, according to the milk industry. It's insane, people. It's absolutely freaking insane. And this is what has become the law in America. I think we need a constitutional amendment for food freedom. We need a constitutional amendment for health freedom / medical freedom. I think we should replace the current Third Amendment. Like, the Third Amendment we have today is not that crucial. We can move it way down the chain of amendments and open up that space for a food freedom and health freedom amendment. Because the current Third Amendment, I don't know if you're aware of the Third Amendment, that's the one that says that the government can't force you to house soldiers, to quarter soldiers in your home against your wishes, because that's what the British always did, before the Revolutionary War. So they wrote the Third Amendment and said, well, the soldiers can't just come in and take over your house and sleep in your bed and eat your food, drink all the beer in your refrigerator. That's the Third Amendment, basically. And is that so crucial right now? I think let's push that down the chain a little bit, and let's use that Third Amendment spot for a food freedom / health freedom amendment that says the government can't criminalize you growing your own food, nor can the government criminalize you for choosing the system of medicine that you wish to pursue, which could include cannabis medicine, by the way, or ayahuasca herbs, or whatever you want to do. Whatever's your system of medicine, isn't that your divine right to choose that system? Instead of having to be forced into these toxic mandatory vaccine injections and all those toxic ADHD drugs for children, and all these statin drugs and blood pressure drugs and antibiotics for senior citizens. It's just sick what's happening in this country. We should have a health freedom / food freedom amendment as part of the Constitution, as far as I'm concerned. I've got a couple of websites that may help keep you informed on all this. They're called, by the way, not coincidentally, foodfreedom.news and healthfreedom.news. Check those out, foodfreedom.news and healthfreedom.news. Take a stand for this stuff, folks, or you're going to end up, we're already in a freaking food police state at this point, criminalizing you for growing your own food in your own front yard. Now it's a criminal act in Florida. Jeez, what pathetic. And it's a crime to grow your own cannabis medicine, by the way, in most places in the country. Also totally pathetic. What a totalitarian police state. They can grow opium over in Afghanistan, and U.S. soldiers protect the opium, by the way, but you can't grow a little bit of high CBD hemp in your own yard to treat inflammation or seizures. No, you're going to go to jail for that. You're going to have a freaking SWAT team with a helicopter descending upon your home, and they'll take your home and they'll take your children, because that's America, land of the free, right? Land of the free. Yeah, land of the totalitarian police state, land of the Nazi food police is what it is. It's insane. Don't stand for it any longer. Read foodfreedom.news. My name's Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. Thank you for listening. Share this podcast everywhere. We got to fight for our freedom. If you don't have freedom to grow your own freaking food, then what freedom do you have, people? This is a basic freedom. It's like the freedom to wake up and own your own body. Jeez, because you are what you eat. All right, take care, everybody.
Learn more at healthrangerreport.com.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.